4.6, complex numbers. So before we get started on complex numbers, the first thing I want to do is just review our properties of real numbers. So if you remember way back at the beginning of the year, we had real numbers, and this time the box has gotten a little bigger. So if we start back in this small little corner over here, this was our natural or our counting numbers. And remember, your counting numbers are 1, 2, 3, etc. If we go up a little bit, we move on to our whole numbers. And remember, your whole numbers included 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Then we went up to our integers, which were your positives and negatives. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And then we had our rational, which included your fractions, your terminating decimals, and your repeating decimals. And then out here over on the side, we had our irrational, which were your non-terminating, non-repeating square roots, things like pi, square root of 2, stuff like that. And then inside that box, everything so far was a real number. So the question then became, okay, well then what's outside that box? And outside that box over here, we have our imaginary numbers. Now, our imaginary numbers are things like 3i, -2i. And if we go down and look, because we've got this box over here, and then we've actually got like an entire huge box, because encompassing all of our numbers, both of our imaginary and real, we have our complex. Okay, and complex numbers are usually written in the form of a plus bi, and the a part is going to be something that's real, and the bi part is going to be something that's imaginary. And when you combine the two together, you get something like 5 plus 7i, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in this section. But the 5 would be a real number, the 7i would be an imaginary number. So imaginary, purely imaginary, gets its own little box over here. But then when we take the two and put them together, we have complex.